This video is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Number 1, read the line.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
That's not him.
Okay. Number 2, read the line.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Number 3.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
That's him.
Every year, 1 in 5 gamers is accosted by an elf. We're tired of elves.
What's up, LoreHounds? It's Koopa back at the Perfect World Entertainment booth. We're looking at Forsaken World with Andy, the product manager. This, we found out at PAX, is their most expensive MMO you're building to date.
That is correct. So, I mean, the backstory here is we are developing an international MMO. And what does that mean? So we're actually working with developers all around the world to create a game that is going to please the Eastern audience as well as the Western audience. So we're taking the best features of both and we're meshing them together to create an international game.
That's no small feat. How many developers are working on it then?
Wow, actually, I don't know the number, but I know it's over 100.
Wow, really? That's going to take some collaboration and a really good product manager.
And lots of money.
And lots of money. So, okay, let's jump in. We see we have, what, 5 classes here?
Actually, these are your races.
These are 5 races.
There's the 5 races, the human, the elves, the dwarves, then you got your stonemen, and the kindred. And each of these races can be different classes. I want to point out a couple here where the kindred can be vampires, which would probably be a favorite amongst most people. There's also, which I'm going to demo, the dwarves, who are your marksmen, and then the stonemen that are kind of your tank class.
So the races are very particular to the class they can be then.
Right. And like the humans, for instance, like you can have a human priest, you can also have a kindred priest. So there are some classes that kind of go cross races.
Is there anything bound by sex, like which gender?
Good question. The stonemen are. They can only be males. They're rocks, after all.
Yeah, and they are called stone men. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to get out of here real quick and jump into and show you one of our dwarves that we have. So this is a dwarf marksman that I'm going to show off first. So one thing I wanted to point out real quick is when you create your character, you have to enter your birth date. Just the month and the day. We don't care about the year. And based on that, at various times in the game, as you can see it counting down right now, and once this will start glowing. And this is actually our zodiac system. And right now, if we were actually a Leo based on our birth date, when that starts glowing and we click it to get rewards, those rewards would be greatly increased if you were of the current like rotation of the Earth and you were a Leo. But since we're not a Leo right now, we're just going to get the basic rewards. But when you click on this, you're actually praying to the gods. And the cool thing about that is, as you can see the mileage here, as the players are in the whole server start praying and showing their devotion, they're actually progressing the server, and new features and new content will open up once it reaches 100%. So you're kind of going through the different ages of the game as the server levels up.
So you guys have like a system that basically the whole game will change, unlike a lot of other MMOs where, you know, you go back and the same, you know, guy's looking for his wife or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. We're looking for like a unique experience for everyone, no matter when you start the game.
So if I come into the game like a year late, it's going to be completely different than when the guy who started at launch played, right?
It'll be different, yes.
Cool. That's very cool.
So as you can see now, it's telling us, hey, you click the zodiac symbol, and we actually got a book here, which would be great. This book actually is going to give us a new skill, which I can show you off. So as you can see, this someone played this character to level 8 actually, and all these items actually came out of the free stuff. So it gives you from potions to new armor to all sorts of stuff to help the player progress through the game. And one of the cool things about this game is, especially for the marksman class, is they have these soul bullets. So as you're using your various skills in fighting, you can enable soul bullets, which will actually make your character like more powerful. So you would use these when you're like attacking a boss, or when you're trying to kill something that's maybe higher level than you. And your marksman is your classic long-range class. It'll definitely hit things from a distance. And again, only the dwarves can be the marksman. And one thing that is actually pretty, that's across all of our games, is that we have the auto navigation, so you can click on NPCs or quest mobs to go navigate to find them, and you can even just click it right from your quest tracker.
It makes it so you don't have to go, check a website like a Wowhead every 10 minutes.
Exactly, yes. So I wanted to just to touch more about the whole international PvP, or the international, being developed. And, what does that mean exactly? So, we're changing things from PvP to make it where there's world PvP, instance PvP, and you're not being forced into PvP at certain levels. So we're trying to please all audiences. Even for our PvE content, like our dungeons, when you enter a dungeon, it's going to scale to your level. And based on how your level is, it'll scale the difficulty and the rewards. So it's always kind of catering towards the players. And higher level players can help out lower level players because it's the average level of your party that's going to, symbolize how difficult the dungeon is.
So the low level players still actually be able to damage the monsters and stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly. So, if you just have a friend starting out, oftentimes you have to create that all character with them, or use your high level and do the lobby quest, but now you can quest together.
That's great. And the game is mostly quest driven, right?
Definitely. We got rid of the grind. We wanted to get rid of the grind completely. There's no bot in the game like some MMOs have. And, other ways to get experience is doing like daily events where you can do fishing or like a treasure hunt to get XP.
That's great. What are we talking for group size, and is there like end game kind of rating style thing?
Yeah, so the game is still in development, but a lot of the dungeons that we have right now that we've been testing, there's ones that are for single player, there's ones that are up to 50 players. So it's really a wide range, something for everyone. But the cool part about our dungeon is we have a minimum and a maximum player. So like say you wanted to go experience that 50 player dungeon, well actually it starts at 25 players, so you don't need the full 50 just to experience the content.
Would you get bigger rewards if you had like a smaller, better group or dedicated players?
Yep, because again, it's going to adjust the difficulty and the rewards based on the average level of the party. So normally the more players you would have more higher level players if you want to get the better rewards, but if you have lower level, it would get, tone it down a bit.
So what's the story for Forsaken World?
It's a good question. So right now we're in the land of Erda, and all the races, it's a very peaceful time, everyone's getting along, everyone's trying to create a prosperous world, but there's this malevolent god that's trying to just destroy the world. And it keeps, messages keep coming out about this impending doom. So the players put into the game, and the players' job is to unite all of the races to kind of be prepared for this oncoming war that is about to hit.
Awesome, thanks a lot. So when are we expecting open beta and stuff like that and release?
Well, we're hoping for closed beta this winter and a Q1 release of next year.
Fantastic. So that's Forsaken World. It's your, a hotkey MMO, which we're all pretty familiar with, and it's got its own hooks, including very static set of characters you can choose and races. It's not very free-flowing. You can't all be priests. You have to pick a certain thing and stick with it, right? Are there specialization trees like subtypes for them?
Yeah. At level 20, actually, you'll get your normal talent tree where you can go down the the damage path or the defensive path, or kind of mix them both to really customize your character.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Yeah. Thank you.